You want to be one of the cool guys? Buy my merch. Today I am going to be doing a Q&A, answering some of your questions from Twitter. I made a tweet the other day and a few people sent me some nice questions. Before we get into that, thanks to everyone that purchased on the Black Friday deals. Really appreciate the support and it helps out massively. Cyber Monday's come up, so tomorrow will be the last day of the sale. So we have hoodies for £40 and t-shirts going for £20. So get them while they're hot. And some styles are even going for £15. So don't miss out on those deals. I'm trying to provide good quality shit, so it ain't too cheap. It's not as cheap as I'd like it to be. But then I don't want to sell you guys shit, so. But right, first off, first question from Lunch77Beats. He said, which fighter influences you the most? I really don't know, to be honest. I grew up watching like a varying style of fights. I don't fight like any of those guys, you know. One of the guys that got me into the sport was Vanderlei Silva, you know. It was watching his old shootbox videos where he was headbutting people and it was just insane. I have never headbutted anyone. I don't think I ever will, so I was a huge fan of Jose Aldo as well. He was probably like the second guy after Vanderlei. Someone I actually tried to fight a bit more like, but again, I fight nothing like him, so probably more like Manny Pacquiao, you know. He's not even an MMA fighter, obviously, but I like the way he moves, his footwork. That was something as a kid when I was boxing as an amateur. I loved watching his footwork and loved watching his fights. So that was probably someone, you know, that definitely was someone that influenced me a lot. In MMA, I don't know, I watch so many guys, you know. I take a little bit from everyone I watch. I love watching Leon Edwards, obviously he's a southpaw striker as well, so he does a lot of the things I really like, and he's a super athlete, so it's kind of hard to copy some of the stuff he does, but yeah, he's fantastic. There's a lot of guys I like to watch, you know. Take a little bit from someone, you can always learn, even if it's not like the champion, there's someone down, like, you know, unknown. Everyone does something cool and different. It's interesting to watch a varying approach. So next question, Steph Carazades asked me, what is my favourite band to work out to, or just favourite band in general? I think I said this before in an interview or Q&A maybe. I am never in control of the music at the gym. Like, I don't really want to play my music for people at the gym because I listen to some weird shit sometimes, so I don't think everyone's on the same page as what I like to listen to. You know, if I'm running on the treadmill, I probably prefer a little bit more like rock, sort of metal. I like a bit of Danzig, I like that, probably one of my favourites. I go for a bit of Rammstein sometimes. I don't really know what they're saying, but you know, it gets me going when I'm running. Different things, like when I'm driving to the gym, depending on what kind of session it's got, you know, it'll be maybe something more upbeat, something a bit more heavy, a bit more like grimy rap, and then on the way back it'll be a little bit of like Towns Van Zandt and a bit of a cool down country, you know, make me want to cry on the way home. Avocado Toast asks, who is the most inspirational fighter to you? Anybody did I see as a youngster and I want to be like that guy? Weirdly, the guy I really liked was Dan Hardy, and I was a super fan, still a fan of his work now. The best breakdowns in combat sports, like Dan Hardy kills it. I really wanted to be like, you know, like him, and funnily enough I am probably quite the opposite. He was very loud, crazy hair, you know, I'm not really like that. But yeah, I love watching him fight, and you know, his press conferences, his whole persona, it was very cool. More like as an athlete and like fighter, GSP. That was the reason I started coming to TriStar and training here with Faraz. Just watching him, he was a complete martial artist. You know, they say don't meet your heroes, but having come in, met him, and he's even more humble and nicer than you can imagine. So that was like the guy. That was why I came here, because you know, he's the most complete fighter. No stone left unturned in his approach to everything. You know, you speak to him, he has crazy ideas. He says things that he regrets doing in his career, and just like, man, I don't know how you could want to change things when you it's as much as a perfect career as you could have, really. GSP would be probably the most inspirational. Just now as well, he's retired. He's one of the great. For me, he is the greatest of all time, and he's just kind of like a normal guy, really, which is the goal. Like, you know, go out, be the man, be the champ, but you change yourself, then you're a bit of a dickhead, and he's definitely just himself, which is really cool to see, you know. Next question we have, Upkick for the win. If you didn't fight, what would you do for a living? Don't say chef, because that's too obvious. I don't know. Like, I don't really remember a time when I wasn't concentrated on being a fighter of some kind, whether it was trying to be a boxer or competing in MMA as a kid or grappling competitions. I always wanted to be involved in combat sport, you know, even from an early age, 12, like I knew I wanted to be in the UFC, so that was always the goal. So it's kind of hard to fathom a life without that. I worked some jobs. I worked in the fish and chip shop shop for a little while. I was a labourer for a while, not a very good one. I worked on the docks unloading containers for a little while. Probably be doing something like that. It's hard work. It's thankless work. You know what? Probably follow the family business. I'll be driving the truck, which ain't the worst. My dad loves it. He loves driving the truck. My granddad drove a truck. Big problem though, I'm not very good at reversing into spaces, and I've never really reversed with a trailer on, so I don't know if I'm made for the highway. Get me on the straight lines, I'll fucking haul the shit out of that, but maybe not. Rick Grimes 2004 asks, what is the most fun fight I have had? Probably Gilbert Melendez fight. I always go back to that answer just because it was the first time I got onto like a pay-per-view card. I fought like an ex-champion, a legend in Gilbert. Felt like I rose to the occasion and did all the things I was supposed to do in the fight, and just felt like I was 2 steps ahead. And the training camp, you know, I had injuries and broke my toe in the camp. I couldn't move very well, but you just get on with it and work around it. But yeah, that was probably the most fun I had. I wish maybe I pressed a little bit more and like try to get a finish there, but coming out with no injuries, not really getting hit or anything, nice dominant performance on the biggest stage, that step up, that was probably the most fun I had in a fight. Pluto MMA asks, would I rather fight 2 Volkanovski sized Aspinalls or a Tom Aspinall sized Volkanovski? I don't know, that's both are tough. I'll probably go just the one individual, Volkanovski, but he's a giant. Because I'm hoping if he's a giant, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with one person because I feel like both of them as a 2 would kick fuck out of me anyway. So I'm gonna go with the Tom Aspinall sized Volkanovski. Guna Guy 49. What is one rule you would add and one rule you would take away from MMA? I don't know if this counts, but like if you're talking about the sport itself, like in the actual arena, like in the cage, like what I would add and what I would take away. You know the rules of the certain states, like the hand on the floor. I think there needs to be a more definitive rule there. So like I would probably scrap that, because you see it a lot of guys like in a head and arm position, and the guy thinks it's safe to land a knee and he throws a knee and gets a DQ or gets a no contest. Obviously that's a new rule, but at the same time I don't feel like you should be able to hover your finger on the ground and like avoid those strikes. So there needs to be a clear cut sort of thing on that. I know there is a clear cut rule, but like it just causes a lot of confusion. Not necessarily in the fight or anything, but like, you know, with drug testing, when a guy fails a test and it's definitive and like it wasn't a tainted supplement, it wasn't like a mistake, you know, it wasn't prescription from the doctor, their friend the doctor that wrote them a prescription for growth hormone or Dianabol, whatever. You know, face doctor for the fucking TRT dose. I don't know. I just feel like if you fail a test and it is definitive, there needs to be harsher bans. You know, TJ Dillashaw kind of like played that line, right? Failed the drug test, and who knows how long he was fighting, juiced up. You know, I've seen him in the training room, and like the guy's like 10 years older than me, and I see him working his ass off. Like it makes sense. I get it. There just needs to be harsher sentencing. Harsher. You need to be punished, like actually punished, not just like, oh, here's 6 months. Like, oh, by the way, we can't test you for 6 months while you're on the ban list, so you can juice up to the gills and then come back an absolute monster. Shit like that, you know, that's annoying. Whenever there's a sport like this, there's always going to be weak-minded people that, you know, need something extra and they can't handle their fucking body being a little achy and sore after training. Fuck them. But yeah, you know, like ban for life, something like that. Get the fuck out. The Combat Cono says, how many times do I think my dad could rep me on a flat bench? He had a British record. It was like 100 kilos for the most reps. I can't remember if it was how many it was. It was like 50 for a little bit. I can't remember what year it was. I'm a bit lighter than 100 kilos, so I reckon he'd get like 20. I reckon he'd get like 20 with me. But if he was wearing his Paces Gym t-shirt, the numbers would just go on forever, you know what I mean? There's like an infinite amount of reps he could do with that, because like I said to the previous question, the steroid charts would be broken. He would be tested, growthed, whatever else there is, Tremboloni sandwiched off his mind just by wearing the Pacers Gym t-shirt. NXMC Killer 2. Would you ever consider moving up to heavyweight? And if so, who is your dream matchup there? Yeah, definitely consider a move up to heavyweight. Tom Aspinall made it look very welcoming. Like, yeah, I'd definitely love to go up there and fight some big 6'5", 265-pound monster that moves like a lightweight. He's also a black belt and can wrestle very well. Fuck that. Focky99 says, do you lift weights a lot? And if so, for strength or endurance? Yeah, like, I wouldn't say a lot. I lift weights like twice a week. I've been working with Power and Through for years, a long time, since like my second pro fight. Big Will Wayland there. Yeah, he's been sending me the programs for a long time, and I was feeling tip-top shape. Mainly for strength, a lot of things, you know, it depends kind of what peak you're in. Like if we're no sight of a fight anytime soon, it just kind of the reps become a bit slower, the weights go up a little bit. We get closer to a fight, the weights go down and the explosivity, the power goes through the roof. So it's always kind of changing. And endurance, not really. I don't really do weights for endurance. More like explosive power and all that sort of stuff. W Chicken Salad asks, who are 5 UFC fighters that you would want to be in a zombie apocalypse with? 5 UFC fighters I would want to be in a zombie apocalypse with. I don't fucking know. Let's just go with the big boys. Let's get Tom Aspinall. Let's get Tom Aspinall because he's a monster. See, that's the thing with this one. It's kind of like you don't really want wrestlers. You need to be more of like a one-hit, get out of the way sort of thing. Because you don't want to clinch with them. What you're gonna do? Like take a zombie down and get bitten on the neck. Now you're fucked. So we kind of need better strikers than wrestlers. We don't need anyone clinching. No clinching. Sean Strickland. I feel Sean Strickland would be good in a zombie apocalypse. I feel like he would be sort of edging towards some sort of mutiny. Would have internal dramas. He would be good to be on board. He would be a good team player. Maybe. No, I think so. He would help the human race. But then he might turn. He might decide, fuck it, I'll let one of them bite me because I'm sick of you guys. You never know with that guy. Go Leon Edwards again. Very good distance management. Keeps him away. Nice kicks. If you're a zombie, you're gonna like try and grab hold of him. He's gonna do a great job getting you off him, kicking you in the head, keeping you at range. So Sergey Pavlovich. Yeah, I know he just got knocked down his last, but he is an absolute monster as well. Like him and Tom Aspinall just swinging into big crowds of zombies would do pretty good. That would take a few out. One more guy. Who we got? Nathaniel Wood. I'll go with Nathaniel Wood as my 5th. He's got really nice low kicks, really nice crisp striking. But I just imagine a lot of the zombies kind of like, and if we're talking about the slow zombies and they're kind of Mirandering into the range, he's gonna chop their legs down, kick them in the calf. They're gonna be on the floor. Big Tom gonna come in with a hammer fist, finish them off. Nathaniel sweeps them. Boom. That's the one. Kabish asks, what is my take on the whole double champ thing? Is it getting out of hand? Yeah, it's a weird one. I mean, it's tough, right? You want to make, as a fighter, with prize fighters, right, we want to make the most money. So once you become a champion, you're now making champion money, like pay-per-view money. Every time you compete, you're headlining or co-main event at least, and you're making pay-per-view money. What better way to maximise pay-per-view money you're going to get by contending against the guy that weight above you or weight below you. Ideally weight above, because that's much more impressive. And also it's almost like you have a life in the bank, right? Obviously no one wants to lose. It sucks. You go up a weight, you lose, but then you go up a weight and lose. It's like, alright, I'm still champion at my weight, so there's another, and you have a champ, you're still the champ. So it's maybe that's it. Maybe, I don't know. But Volkanovski, I felt like he won the first Islam fight. It was very close. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's a robbery. I felt like he won it. The second one, he felt like he could do better, and I think obviously it was a bad decision to take. We know the result. A lot to be said for someone chasing greatness, and for those legacy fights. Maybe it was a foolish decision, and maybe it was because he was in a bad place and he had to get active and fight, which sucks to see. Obviously you don't want to see that from anyone, like fighter or not, or whatever you're doing. Yeah, I get it. I understand why you would do it. It's big money. You still have your title to defend. I just hope that, say in Volkanovski's situation, that it doesn't mess him up in the future. Being on such a tear and doing so well, the first Islam fight actually raised his stock so much more. This one, doesn't matter what you do to his stock, he's still great, but is it going to knock his confidence? Is it going to fuck with him, fuck his head? I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, it's good. I understand why people do it. Dankalive MMA says, did I ever track down the foot perverts? No, I didn't, but I don't know how they keep coming in with these new feet pictures on Wiki Feet. They just keep appearing. I don't know what it is. Someone will take a picture somewhere and it will end up on Wiki Feet. Or maybe I post it, or maybe the UFC posts a video and my feet are in it. They're fucking good. Whoever's doing it, you dirty bastards. Good job. Thomas Tom 38740. What are some American foods that you think are shit? I don't know. I had a really good time eating in Kansas City. In Nashville, the food was really good. But just the breakfast food, I got so sick of having not In-N-Out. IHOP. What was the other one we had? Yeah, IHOP, Denny's, those sort of things. The menu's crap. It's the same stuff. Anything you order is just covered in like that shit cheese. It's got like dirty like grease in it. The potatoes are all like congealed and stuff. Not for me. I don't even eat bacon, but like I'd rather eat a full English any day. Even if it's like a faux full English, like I would rather that. So yeah, just those things. Like IHOP. It's nice to have a pancake every now and then, but I don't want to have a pancake every time I go for breakfast somewhere. That's the end of the questions we got. Just so you know, I didn't pick the questions myself. If you're feeling a bit hurt that your question didn't get asked, it's not my fault. Sorry. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, appreciate it. You're a man or woman. Yeah, Cyber Monday will be tomorrow. Last day of our deals. So the new shirt that Average Joe did for us is pretty sick. These new t-shirts are awesome. I went with a blue shirt because obviously Ipswich. The boss was trying not to like get one of these, but needed a blue one on the line. Everyone seems to like it. We have a grey one. Big sales. Hoodies are £40. T-shirts go for £20. Some stuff going for £15. Check it out on mymerch.shop. Get your stuff. Get it on sale. Why do you want to pay full price? Like, if you're thinking about getting one, get it while it's on sale. Cyber Monday. Let's go. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, share to your friends. Like, comment whatever you want. Call me a dickhead. Say anything. Just give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn a bell on or something. I don't even know what that means, but like, enjoy it. Thanks.